Okay, listen, I thank everyone for tuning in. If you have not listened to my broadcast on the Christmas holidays, of course, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has called for a national boycott of the holidays from Thanksgiving to Christmas up until January the 2nd. Now, however you feel about Louis Farrakhan, the Nation of Islam, is how you feel. However you feel about these days called holidays, Thanksgiving, of course, as I stated in the commentary, and as many of us know, all you have to do is Google it or just use common sense. The Thanksgiving Day idea comes from the massacre of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of indigenous people who were here before Christopher Columbus, before the Caucasians were here. They were here. Taught them how to farm. The indigenous people taught them how to live, taught them how to survive, and then they were given smallpox and blankets, murdered wholesale, and then called savages. Now, where the balance in that comes from, where the idea of someone getting angry because that is pointed out, I don't know. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Same thing with the holiday they call Christmas or Christ Mass, which is supposed to be a day for the celebration of the life, the birth, the death, the sacrifices of Jesus Christ, has become a day of getting greedy merchants out of the red, meaning losing money for the year, into the black, meaning actually topping or balancing out the budget for the year. So there is a boycott going on of the holidays. Now, many people I've seen on Facebook and other websites saying it's a good idea, but most of our people, meaning black people, won't participate in it. Not only are black people participating in it, but white people are participating in it because they know the truth. So this is not a racially motivated idea. It is a collective effort of black, white, red, brown, and yellow who are saying enough is enough. The idea of utilizing what is called holidays, which are pagan days that are just made up for monetary gain. The idea of that is that there's enough of that. So people are protesting about it. So for those who are saying not enough people will join it in order to make a difference, and I beg to differ about that, because when the idea is put into a person's heart and they manifest that, they say that idea out of their thoughts, their heart, their mind, out of their mouth, and put that idea into the ether. And many people decide, okay, we're going to participate in what you're saying. If you have 500, 5,000, 10,000 people who say we're not going to shop in these major stores for these so-called holidays, well, you won't see the impact of that outright, because of course people are addicted to these days. These things are an addiction. They are not something that you can just readily say, I'm not going to do anymore. You're concerned about your family ostracizing you. You're concerned about your children saying we didn't get nothing for Christmas. And you're concerned about the idea of not being able to participate in these holiday festivities. And it becomes a problem. So it is literally an addiction. So it's not going to be just something that everyone can say, okay, we're going to do it. We're not going to participate. Even if you say it out of your mouth, you may not be able to do it this time. But from January 1st until the next year, when the holidays, the pagan holidays come about, we can prepare our minds to fight against the spirit of doing the wrong thing. So the boycott for the Christmas holidays, the boycott for the pagan holidays in general, from Halloween to Easter. What does the resurrection of Jesus Christ have to do with a bunny laying chocolate eggs or a chicken laying chocolate eggs? Who knows? Halloween's is really All Hallows Eve, and if you haven't heard anything about these days, please log on to our website at the 19 Report on YouTube, or you can go to our personal website, that is the 19 Report on our personal site, and it will link you to YouTube, and you can watch these commentaries that we've done over the past 5 or 6 years about these pagan holidays and many other issues that are internal. So it is not an attack on a race of people. It is an attack on the satanic mind of people who think we have a right to do what we want to do, when we want to do it, how we want to do it, and the nerve of anyone to say anything about it. So instead of protesting against these things, we are actually joining into them. And that God is against. Now, if you're an atheist or whatever you are, that's your business as well. But my job is, by God's permission, to when God touches my heart, touches my mind, and puts the word in my mouth, I say what I have to say and I leave it out there. You don't have to comment with a yes or a no. It doesn't matter. I just want it off of my chest, knowing that it is the job of the watchman and it is the job of the messenger to deliver the message clearly. So the slogan, the mantra, the call is up with Jesus, down with Santa, because Santa, Saint Nick, you call him what you want to, it has been associated with devil worship, the idea that someone can take the place of God and fly around the world in one night, all around the world, all around the entire earth in one night, and deliver toys to children, and they believe that is a travesty. And we have to become mature enough to say, look, I've enjoyed Christmas. I've enjoyed these pagan holidays. But now that I have the knowledge of truth, I have to follow that truth, not only for my sake, more importantly, for the sake of my children. So I wanted to put that out there. And again, if I figure out how to do this, I'll post it up. This is my first call out on Periscope. Again, another great program that the developers have developed. And it's very, in my opinion, it has great potential. Again, and you know it's a spy program, but nonetheless, it is a way for us to get our views out. And I'm grateful to all the people who created the program and grateful to be able to use it to say what needs to be said. So again, the great boycott is still going on from November the 27th until January the 2nd. So we still have this pagan holiday called Christmas right in the middle. And we have to really gird up our loins and stand together in solidarity, white, black, red, brown, yellow, and say, we are not going to support the greedy merchants on this day. As I stated before, with this day they call Thanksgiving, which I call the gathering, when you can come together with family and work out issues. Of course, you're going to eat something, but you ask God to forgive those who don't have the knowledge and understanding of what is actually occurring, and pray for the indigenous people to get back what was stolen from them, and pray for us to get back the knowledge that was stolen from us. Again, white, black, red, brown, and yellow. The great boycott is still on. Up with Jesus, down with Santa. I hope that we will continue to support the idea, because I know that we are sprint runners. We like to do things in a short period of time, and if it's long, we quit. If you look at any race in the Olympics, the only people that run the race of the long journey is always Africans, Nigeria, Kenya, people like that. But we only run sprints here in America because we want things so fast. Microwave everything. Let's try to stay the course and prove to God that we heard the call and we are trying to do the right thing by him, by not supporting these greedy merchants on this day. And you should really be angry at people. Walmart, any store that tries to manipulate your mind into thinking you have to have this item in order to be somebody. You should really be angry about that, not supportive of it. Because anyone that can control your mind controls your house. And the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that the devil would be in every household, and he would be in there, Satan would be in there, through the television screen. And indeed it is coming through the television that we are being manipulated into thinking that we must do these things in order to be a part of what this world says is what God says. Again, I thank everyone. You tune in so fast and then you tune out. But I thank you for tuning in for the second, and those who stayed in. Appreciate it. The boycott is still going on from January 2nd, from November 27th to January 2nd. This is Brother Johnny Keith, the 19 Report, Groove 19 Promotions out of Manning, South Carolina, thanking everyone for tuning in. And I will be back, sometimes with a guest, sometimes not. But we're going to figure out how to make this thing. We're going to stretch Periscope to the limit by doing interviews and everything else on this app. Thanks again. Up with Jesus, down with Santa.